Okay, so I'm back with the filter. Hopefully it's a bit easier to see. It's AB plus spectrum, 25%. Anyway, just going back to the rocks look pretty clean. Haven't really cleaned the glass, cleaned it once since I started it. So I haven't really cleaned it since then. Maybe just to let some biology grow in the tank. But the tank rocks have been fairly clean. It's what happened with my ceramics last time. They do usually eventually leach some silicate, and then you get silicate algae, which is what I've got in my frag tank, funnily enough, but not in here. And the lights aren't running on the frag tank or the hospital tank, but they are have been running on here for a few weeks, so still nothing. It might be just a delayed cycle though, so we'll see. The other thing is, because I had the heterotrophic bloom, it may have stripped everything out, and that may be the source for the bloom, so that the rocks may now be clean. There's still a little bit of a cloud in the tank, very slight, but massively better than it was. So we'll just wait and see what happens. Nitrates measure a trace, maybe half. The ammonia's gone, nitrite I never really saw. Obviously there's a huge water volume, so I'm not expecting masses of nitrate in there. But anyway, we'll just see what goes on. The fish are nice and healthy. So I'll give it another few days maybe, just to make sure no disease erupts in them. They're feeding well now. Maybe I'd get them onto a bit more frozen. They're not taking PE mysis very well, but the other mysis they are. So just start to get them onto frozen, but they're sorry, but the flake food they're taking nicely. So there's the NT-Lab stuff that I've got, and they're loving that at the moment. So they're having that quite a lot. You probably hear the drain from the hospital tank. I basically left it running open because there's a little bit of back pressure from the sump. The sump pipes are buried, and there's a little bit of back pressure, which meant that when I added the UV onto the hospital tank, there was probably a bit too much pressure. It wasn't draining properly, so I've had to just redo the plumbing on that, and I've just left the drain open, and then my Stockman drain, I'll replace it and then see how it goes in terms of the drain. I need to adjust the air hole in the top of the Stockman, so that's another task to do. And then I've got an Apex Pro which I'll add into the system, and then I'm slowly just waiting for this really. So I'll start adding the fish into here in a few days time, once I'm sure they're all happy and that I'm not getting a massive silicate bloom in here. Whereas it probably doesn't matter if I do, just turn the lights down a bit and add a few of the tangs. So there we go. I'm just showing you the lights again. And that's an AB plus spectrum, 25%. I measured the PAR, which I'll show you at some point, and it's likely that I'll run maximum 50%, which is giving me 800 PAR in some places in the tank, and it's actually quite a uniform 800. So we're looking at a max of 50% eventually, but there's plenty of light there, as you can see. So there we go.